Hello everyone. That's my lights. Keep on going the other way. Hello. Is anyone with me this evening? Is anyone watching me, or am I alone? Please comment so that I can see you and know that I'm not alone here. Please comment. Oh yes, I see Henry Act. Who else do we have on board? Oh, Idera, how are you doing, my sister? Where is everyone? People wanted to learn how to write book, but now I can't see them. Where are they? Or is there a short notice? Please share the video as you come in so that people will know that we are on. It will be a very quick video according to the topic. Ojimadu, good to have you here. Share the video so that those that need this message will get it. How to write the best intro to your book. All right? Most of you know me. I am a #1 best-selling author of Amazon, and I've published, I think, 7 books within 1 year. So that shows you some level of experience that I have in this niche. So I have something to share, and I have something to share, and you have something to take from this video. So please share so that others also will benefit, not only you. Okay? So our today's topic is what? Who remembers the topic? Please write it down. I like communicating when I'm teaching. So please communicate with me. What is our topic for today? What is today's topic? Did anybody see the topic? I'm doing a lot of videos lately. And everything that comes my way. Tonight again, I'm going to do video on crypto. Those that have known it should also join and learn 1 or 2 things. Meanwhile, we are talking on about writing a book. So if you're interested, you are interested and you should join. So, how to write a book. Not just how to write a book, but how to write the introduction to a book. Because how to write a book is a very big, topic. But we'll be taking them in chunks. I'm trying to share this in the group that I created that I called The Book in You. It has another name, How To. I don't even know the name in full, but The Book in You is the one that I remember. So let me share it there so that most of us will not miss out. Please bear with me. So those that have watched me earlier, some of my videos, we understand that I have the philosophy that each and every one of us has at least a book in him. And it will be a crime for you to go to the grave without releasing that book to the world. No matter who you are, whether you think you're called to write a book or not, you have a book in you. And you must strive to give it to the world before you go. Okay? As I explained the other time, it can be a memoir that you are writing. It can be a diary. You call it, for example, Informer's diary. If you feel that you don't want to, go with something bigger, you can call your book anything. The other time we discussed that we have masses of ways to know the idea, on which to write a book. Everything that happens to you is the topic of a book. Everything you are expecting is the topic of a book. The life you live now is the topic of a book. You watch your children, they are topics of a book. Your mentor is topic of a book. Your husband is topic of a book. So finding the idea is not the issue now. That's the least of the problem. But today we want to talk about how to write a good introduction to your book. So number 1, we have to have in mind. I see Jerry Ajay How are you doing? How is your beautiful wife? Ifeoma Chinedu, how are you? Who else do we have there? Let me greet you guys quickly. Zainab Suleiman. I wonder what's up with you. You're doing me hide and seek, eh? Okay. Quinette Madu, Kelechi Williams, Ifeoma Chinedu Idera. Who else? Amarachi Jerry, Joyce, Olu FRJ. How are you doing? Longest time. Kelechi Williams. Who else? Henry Act. Okay, that's all I can see meanwhile. So, how do you write a good introduction to your book? Number one, the first thing you have to have in mind is that you are writing your book to someone, right? To a particular audience, right? You are now writing it for yourself. You already know what to write. But you have to write this book in a way to attract those people that the book is meant for. So that means that you have to choose a particular niche, as we call it, a particular audience, and the narrower the audience, the better. The narrower the niche, the better. Because if you just everywhere, for example, you want to write a book, you call it women. We have different stages of women, right? We have those that are 50 years old. We have women that are 80 years old. We have women that are 18 years old, women, ladies becoming women or girls becoming women, we have ladies that are 45 that are like I am. Hello, Rachel White. How are you doing? Thanks for joining us. I know your time now is somewhere, not very comfortable. Thank you for joining. So, John Muzam, thank you for joining us. So, how do you know now? Or how do you get them to get interested in this, your book? Your introduction, a good introduction plays a role. Apart from that, you should choose a niche. I don't know, we've not talked about that, but we will get to that. How to choose a niche to your book. So, you have to ask the questions. You have to do the introduction in a way to, how to sell yourself, in a way that someone will read it. If for example, you want to write a book on relationship. Okay, let me use my books. I brought my books today. Some of my books, I want to use them as an example. One of them is called, I don't know if you can see, Who is Right? He Said, She Said. It's upside down, right? Then you have Relationships 101. Okay, let me read a little bit of the introduction for you to understand. Oh, I see my coach here, Tamika. Michelle, how are you doing? Good to have you here. So, in this introduction of this book, see what we got. The first line is, why do couples fight? You remember the title of the book is, Who is Right? He Said, She Said. Secrets for a Successful Union, right? And the first line we have here is, why do couples fight? Why do relationships break up? Why do people who are in love suddenly engage in endless arguments and be carried? So have you gotten it? So if you have any couple that is having some problems, who doesn't know who is right and who is supposed to take which position in the relationship, these few lines will attract the person. Have you gotten it? So in your very few lines, you have to put your questions in a way. They should usually come in a question so that the person will say, why do couples fight? Why am I even fighting with my couple? That means, why am I even fighting with my spouse? That means there's something here that I have to get, yeah? Why do relationships break up? My relationship is almost breaking up, so that means I can get something from this book. Why do people who were in love suddenly engage in endless arguments? Yes, I think I was in love with my husband, but now I don't really know what is going on. So this book might be an answer to my question. So did you get it? You have to ask these questions in a way to attract the people that need your book. All right. Then going further, you have some other things written there. Then the second paragraph says, these and more are many questions that has filled the hearts of people who are in a relationship. So here now, it also shows us that this book most probably are for those that are in a relationship or might plan to be in one day. Okay, so you have to organize your introduction this way so that you will get the heart of the people that needs this book so that they can get it. The next, I purposely am using a practical example to make it easier for you when you're writing, okay? Then the next paragraph says, when you ask many eligible bachelors and spinsters who ought to be in their own homes today, meaning being married today, what is keeping them waiting, you will hear responses like, why should I be eager to go into prison? Is marriage a prison? Is glitching, can't hear. Can anybody hear me, or is only Queeness? If you can hear me, please put a plus. If you can't hear me, put a minus so that I know that I'm not talking to myself. Can you hear me, please? I need an answer. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys? Can anybody hear me? If I see no answer, I will consider that you can hear me, so I will continue. Okay, so the next paragraph says what I just said, that most people believe that, okay, you can hear me. Good. Thank you, Kelechi. Thank you, Idera. You can hear me. So, most people believe that marriage is prison. Why? There are a lot of things that, made them to think that way. Maybe because of their past experience, or maybe because of what they are going through now. But when you see this, you will say, is that really true? That means this book can also give me an answer to this kind of a thing. So this is a book on relationship, and considering whatever you want to write, this is just an example, yeah? Your book might not be on relationship, it can be on anything. So you choose the kind of questions that you ask, the way you approach it, so that you will attract your audience. You will attract so that the reader will feel, yes, this is something for me. I have to take something from this book. Do you understand? I hope you do. If you got me meanwhile, please say something so that I know that I'm not talking to myself here. So, in other words, when somebody picks your book, the person will open the introduction, yeah, and see, with this book, answer the questions that I have in mind. And that is why you had those questions at the beginning. So, ask those questions as if it's the reader that is asking the question, okay? So that the person will feel attracted to your work. Did you get that? Okay. Then the next point is, you have to ask, what kind of result do I want to get? Yeah. What kind of result are you expecting people to get from that book? What kind of result? Considering that will also help you to construct this book, to make people to find answers in the introduction. But giving them answers in the introduction does not mean that you have to give them all your book away in the introduction. There should be some kind of intrigue. Is that English or Russian? There should be some kind of, something that will make them, dig in for more, to read more, to understand what is going on there, okay? So you have to give them an answer to what they are expecting, at least a clue, just a little bit of that, so that they will know, should I buy this book or shouldn't I buy this book, okay? Then the next point is, is there any other thing you can share with these people? Yeah? Let me go back to my book. Let me go back to this book. To another book of mine, not the first one. Relationships 101. So after asking them those questions, right, then you explain a little bit of what the book can be about, right, so that they will know that they will get answers from here. Okay, then the next thing, that is trying to explain to them what this book will solve. Then the next thing you have to do now is to tell them, introduce yourself. Who are you? What have you done, in this sphere or in this niche that will make them to even want to look at this book, to want to listen to this book? You understand? To want to get the book to read. You have to tell them. For example, what did I write here? I am married for 13 years. That was at the time I wrote this book, but now I am married 14 years, yeah? And as my husband always says of crisis, the crisis that we have learned to solve together through the years to make our home so sweet and desirable, I have a lot of people, but very significant things that I do. I have a lot of little, but very significant things that I do to make my marriage work. Do you understand? So the same thing that you have to share in your own book. What do you think will make people want to pick this book? Which experience do you have? Certain marriage experience of sweet marriage, of course, will make people to want to pick the book to read. Do you understand? Then from there, you give them your professional achievements. For example, you will say that you coach people like I do, or depending on what your profession is or what the book is all about. It might be that you teach kids. It might be that this is your life experience. So there are different ways to it. So let's run down again what I have said earlier. Does anybody remember? If there is anyone watching. Okay, let me just continue. So the next thing that you have to do is you now wrap it up with what? You wrap it up with some kind of, telling them what to do. For example, wishing them well, telling them, okay, you read further to get more from the book. Do you understand? So first of all, the first and foremost thing that you have to do is to ask the question. Ask the question, like the questions that we ask, concerning your topic. For example, in relationship, we ask the question as I read earlier from my book. Then later you tell them the kind of expectation from the book. What should they expect from the book? Yeah. Then later you talk about your experience a little bit, personal experience. Then later you tell them your professional experience, how you've been solving the problem. Why should they listen to you? What are your achievements? Yeah. Then lastly, you have to close it up with what? Does anyone remember? You have to close it up with some kind of call, some kind of greeting, some kind of, okay, you can read further, some kind of intrigue that you should go further, you should keep on reading, pick the book, and, you read and you will get your problem solved. So depending on your book, and mind you, I am talking about the introduction of a non-fiction book, like the ones that I have written, but it's a fiction book. That's another ball game. So I hope you got a few tips from this video, and if you did, please share the link and give me some comments concerning what you heard, at least the 5 tips, or is it 4 tips that I shared that that will help you. Okay, and that's the end. Excuse me. So hope you all got it, and I would like you to comment at least 1 tip that you got from this book. 1 tip that you got from this book. I don't want this to be more than 20 minutes. We are almost 20 minutes. At least 1 tip you got from this book, and what you're going to do with what you heard from this book. Just comment, please, if you are watching. I see Ngozi and Justin Maya, Stella Nuhu, Prifida, Lanre, Idera. Yes, I did learn how to introduce my topic. Okay, that's good to go. Later you listen and get more. All right, I think I have to go because I still have a 3rd video to do today on cryptocurrency. And if you're interested, you join me. That would be around, maybe I will even do it earlier today, or maybe not. I will decide later. It's just a full day, so I have to reorganize. Asking questions to attract my target audience. All right, you got something. That's interesting. Great insight. Thanks a lot. All right. Okay, people, thank you for joining me. I'm glad you got some things, even if you just won. It is worth it. So please share the video so that others will join, and see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.